Imagine a land vast and silent, where mountains of ice touch the clouds and rivers carve through endless forests. This is Alaska. Once it belonged not to the United States, but to a distant empire ruled by a Tsar. The story of how Alaska changed hands is one of ambition, desperation, and a bargain that reshaped the world. The sale of Alaska is more than a simple transaction. It's a window into a time when empires fretted over wild frontiers and a young nation dreamed of its future. Why would Russia give up such a colossal land? Why would America, still healing from civil war, want what many called a frozen wasteland? To understand, we must see Alaska as a frontier, breathtaking, harsh, and ruled by nature. Ancient cultures thrived here for millennia, living in harmony with the land until outside forces changed everything. The story of Alaska's sale is also their story, a world forever changed by decisions made far away. So, let us begin our journey into Alaska's mysterious past and uncover the hidden reasons behind one of history's most surprising deals. The world we know was shaped by choices, gambles, and the powerful currents of history. Come, let us venture into the heart of Alaska's untold story. Before empires arrived, Alaska was a world unto itself, staggering in scale and diversity. In the south, rainforests teemed with salmon and brown bears. In the north, tundra stretched endlessly, home to caribou and the Inupiat and Yupik peoples. These were not empty lands, but places with deep, ancient histories. Alaska's first peoples crossed a land bridge from Asia thousands of years ago, adapting to every environment. They built complex societies, rich traditions, and technologies for survival. Every mountain, river, and bay had meaning, a world alive with stories. The true wealth of Alaska was life itself. Sea otters, whales, forests, and rivers provided for all. For its people, Alaska was not a commodity, but home, the center of their universe. This complete, self-sustaining world would soon be drawn into the ambitions of distant empires. The arrival of outsiders would forever alter the land and its people. Alaska's story is one of abundance, resilience, and the coming storm of change. Its fate would soon be decided far from its shores. The stage was set for a dramatic transformation. Russia's story in Alaska began with adventure and a thirst for riches. In the 1700s, Russian explorers pushed east, driven by the fur trade. Vitus Bering, a Danish explorer for Russia, landed on Alaska's coast in 1741, returning with sea otter pelts, soft gold that sparked a frenzy. Russian traders soon descended on the Aleutian Islands, harvesting otters and forcing native Aleut people into brutal service. Violence and disease devastated native populations as Russia's presence grew. To control the chaos, the Russian-American Company was chartered in 1799, ruling the colony from Sitka under Alexander Baranov. Baranov built forts, expanded trade, and cemented Russian rule. Russian America was not a gentle settlement, but a colony built on resource extraction and hardship. The Bear's wild kingdom had become a Tsar's distant outpost, yet beneath the surface, the seeds of change were already sown. Alaska's fate would soon shift again. By the mid-1800s, Russian America had lost its luster. Sea otters were nearly extinct, profits vanished, and the colony became a costly burden. Supplying Alaska was perilous and expensive, with returns dwindling fast. The Crimean War exposed Russia's weaknesses and left its treasury empty. Officials saw Alaska as a liability, impossible to defend, especially against British Canada. Fears grew that Britain could seize Alaska in a future war, leaving Russia with nothing. Selling to a friendly nation seemed wiser than losing it for free. Tsar Alexander II and his advisors weighed the decision. Alaska was hard to supply, expensive to govern, and its wealth was gone. Selling would bring much-needed cash and remove a strategic headache. The great Alaskan adventure was ending. The only question, who would buy? The answer would change the map forever. Russia prepared to make its move. As Russia looked to sell, the United States was gripped by manifest destiny. The belief it was destined to span the continent. Secretary of State William H. Seward dreamed of an American empire stretching to the Arctic. He saw Alaska as a strategic gateway to Asia and Pacific trade, not a frozen wasteland. American fishermen and whalers already worked Alaskan waters, sometimes clashing with Russians. Acquiring Alaska would secure resources and prevent future disputes. Rumors swirled of timber, coal, and even gold, but not everyone shared Seward's vision. The nation was recovering from civil war, focused on rebuilding and wary of new expenses. Many saw Alaska as a useless, icy wilderness. Seward faced fierce opposition, but his ambition was unwavering. He believed Alaska was vital for America's future. The stage was set for a bold gamble. The negotiations began quietly in 1867. Russia's Baron Edouard de Stoeckl and Seward met in secret, determined to strike a deal. Stoeckl first asked for $10 million. Seward bargained hard, citing Alaska's remoteness and costs. They settled on $7.2 million, including extra for claims and smoothing the process. On March 29, 1867, Stoeckl received the Tsar's approval. That night, he rushed to Seward's home, where the two agreed to sign immediately. Clerks worked through the night, drafting the treaty by gaslight. At 4 a.m. on March 30th, the deal was done. Alaska, twice the size of Texas, would pass from Russia to the United States. The midnight bargain was struck before most Americans even knew. A new chapter in history had begun. The world would soon react. With the treaty signed, Seward faced fierce ridicule. Newspapers mocked the deal as Seward's folly and Seward's icebox. Many saw Alaska as a frozen waste, not worth the price. Seward lobbied the Senate, arguing Alaska's strategic value and resource potential. With help from Senator Charles Sumner, the Senate approved the treaty 37-2. The House, locked in political battles, delayed payment for over a year. Baron de Stoeckl used bribes to sway support. Finally, in July 1868, the House approved the funds. Gold bullion was sent to Russia. The deal was complete. On October 18, 1867, the American flag was raised in Sitka. Alaska was now American, its true value still hidden beneath ice and mountains. For years, Alaska seemed like a folly, remote, ignored, and sparsely settled. But in 1896, gold was discovered, sparking the Klondike Gold Rush and transforming Alaska overnight. Towns sprang up, fortunes were made, and the purchase price was quickly repaid many times over. Alaska's riches didn't end with gold, timber, fisheries, and in 1968, vast oil reserves at Prudhoe Bay fueled its growth. Oil revenue funded the state and paid annual dividends to residents. Strategically, Alaska became vital. During World War II, it was a key military outpost. In the Cold War, a frontline for early warning systems. The purchase secured America's place as an Arctic power. Seward's vision was vindicated. Alaska's resources and location have shaped America's economy and security. Today, as climate change opens new Arctic routes, Alaska's importance only grows. The land once mocked as a folly became a cornerstone of American strength. Its legacy is one of transformation, opportunity, and foresight. Alaska's story is far from over. The sale of Alaska was more than a real estate deal. It reshaped the world. It made the US a Pacific and Arctic power, altering North America's map. Imagine if Russia still held Alaska. The Cold War would have looked very different. Alaska's strategic buffer is a cornerstone of American security. The story is also a lesson in vision. What many called folly became a treasure. Seward's belief in Alaska's unseen potential paid off beyond imagination. Yet for Alaska natives, the sale was another chapter of colonization, their lands sold without consent. Their struggle for rights and recognition continues today. Alaska is a bridge between continents, cultures, and histories, a testament to the power of bold choices. Sometimes the greatest deals are those only a few have the vision to see.